the same codename as you.
Hello, and welcome to the 2-Bit Game Club's Let's Play of Metal Gear Solid. I'm your host, Liam Gallagher. Alright, so we're on Disc 2, but while we're booting everything up, let's talk about what a Metal Gear Solid even is. No, let's talk about what a 2-Bit Game Club is. If you've made it this far, I assume you already know what Metal Gear Solid is. So the 2-Bit Game Club is a game club where we take a look at video games in the way that, say, like a book club might, books. And the goal here is to learn as much as we can about video games, their development, how they're made, what they consist of, and try to use those lessons to either make better video games ourselves if members of the audience are in the game development community, or for people who just play, to have like a little higher level of video game literacy, if that makes sense. To treat the subject as seriously as it needs to get treated, which will get different mileage depending upon how you feel about video games as a medium, as an art form, and the particular games themselves. So here we are playing Metal Gear Solid, and pictured above us, of course, is the Metal Gear itself. Ooh, intimidating. So, as far as I know now, I just got my PAL key back. If I didn't, it's got to be in the water somewhere. Yeah, okay. So we're going diving for PAL keys. That's fine. Not to be confused, as you might in Pokemon, dive for Palkias. So this is different. So in terms of where we are in the action, Snaiku is locked out of the Palkey Metal Gear Warhead deactivation room by Revolver Ocelot, and Liquid Snake, who we thought we had blown up with his hind D, but his hind D seems to be just fine. So we'll see what we can do here. Gotta press circle in order to climb the ladder. So, I don't remember there being any guards in this environment. It's also a difficult environment to make sense of. So I thought I'd look. So, last time I started having fun with this game again because it got silly. I think knowingly silly, like pants on head silly, rather than just like foolish. And I started to find a place in my heart to love this game again. I don't forgive the horrible things it's done to me, but there's definitely stuff about it that's fun. And maybe I've been taking it too seriously and not been having fun with it in a way that I could have been this whole time. But I felt like the game was expecting me to take it seriously as I was playing it. It seemed to be comporting itself in such a way that was asking me to believe in these characters and care about them and feel like their storylines were meaningful and important. But I feel like the game has turned a page where it no longer wants to keep that up and is now just about really weird things happening, which I have a place in my heart for. I can get behind that. So there is a guard there. One guard. Yeah. What was that noise? So there should just be one guard. So this should be fine, right? Yeah. I mean, a lot of stuff has changed in my approach to this game, right? Like, because I'm not buying into the setting or the characters in the same way, I think a lot of the moments that were posed as being poignant to me just end up being like gameplay. So to me, this screams one of 27 chaff grenades. Jamming. So I go pal key. It's the lukewarm pal key. Huh. I like how that's a cool touch. The terminal syncs.
Okay, that takes care of pal code number 1. Now pal number 2, freeze the key.
Yeah. So this is cute. So I guess the game is trying to get me to go back to the past environments to do things that are hopefully very interesting. I'm more sympathetic to backtracking when there's some like story reason for it, and like you're experiencing the content in a new way because you're arriving with different objectives. So we'll see how this goes. It's funny that there's only one guard guarding the nuclear weapon override switch. I think that would be a more important job. There he is indeed. There he went. So, I mean, they've been watching me on the security cameras. Like, they know I'm here. And certainly I've left a trail of dead bodies in my wake. But the bad guys do not seem to be overly concerned that I'm doing this. I guess they're kind of like bad action movie villains where they want to have a thrilling final confrontation with Snake. And I'm okay with that. Some of the boss fights have been getting, I feel like, more reasonable or more balanced as I've been going on. You know, the last one was downright enjoyable, which is a far cry from the experiences with like the Cyborg Ninja or Revolver Ocelot spam the circle button episode. Which wasn't so much gameplay as spamming the circle button. Okay, we're where we were when we started this episode. It's a good little runner. Right. Yeah, so for whatever reason, these cameras don't see you when you first enter the room. I guess because otherwise it would be impossible to traverse, right? The game kind of has to. But yeah, this is the moment where I was like, right, this game no longer takes itself seriously. Seeing the 1,000 cameras. So, PAL card. PAL key. Is this cold enough? I imagine I have to like jam it in something. PAL card, cooler. I think I'm just hearing bird wings and not actually hearing footsteps. So this feels like a moment where either the solution to this is kind of cool, like you have to do something clever and neat, or it will be totally asinine and drive me crazy. Yeah, so there's no instructions on the PAL keys inventory space in terms of what I actually need to do to manipulate it. Gonna do a thorough search of this room. It looks frosty and cold. Some really good art choices going on here with all like the pockmarked bullet hole crates. That's kind of cool. I forget if the crates were like that at the beginning of the encounter with Super Raven Man. With That's So Raven. But, the Raven Man. But it's a nice touch here anyways. Okay, I'm going to assume that the thing I'm supposed to do with the PAL key, is not in this room. I will continue to explore. Yeah, they really gave you the tools you needed to blow that guy up outside of the room, eh? Platform's still here, so clearly they want me to be able to get back up. Maybe this would be a good time to actually voluntarily have a phone call. I find I've gotten to a place in this game where the absolute last thing I want in the world is to get in another phone conversation with these people, but there might be an actual hint here.
Good. The card key changed shape. Hurry up to the control room, Snake.
Okay, that's enough. Sweet, I did it. I didn't even know. It's interesting. I was hoping that there would be some like game system feedback where Snake would be like, "Ugh, the card key, it's changed shape." But you know, that would make too much sense. But that's fine. I'm, for the purposes of this, just happy to have any answer at all. Look at that draw distance. It's a very shaky camera pan. Whole world vibrates. Wow, I'm already being shot at. I think it's those cameras though. Alright, let's go down. So the thing is it's gone into the cold, and that's all it took to change its shape. Then if I was traveling back in the lukewarm room, wouldn't that change it back again? So, not that this game has demonstrated that it's willing to make use of any prevailing logic or consistency. I'm just going to guess that if I take the PAL key out while I'm outside of the cold room, that it's going to change back. That's what I'm going to do. Certainly, I'm not interested enough to... I killed the bird. See, that's a nice touch. It's too bad that in this game, for every nice touch, there's something hideous and gnarled and horrible. So yeah, I'm just gonna operate on that logic, hope that it pays off for me, and that we don't have to do the freeze the PAL key circuit a dozen times. It's interesting because I think there's room for not necessarily needing game system feedback in order to make a point about some gameplay thing in your game, and just like say this game takes place in a world with really well defined values and really clear goals, and then just allowing players to use their own rationale within it in order to solve puzzles and get beyond problems. But I think there's a space for that thing that I think it's doing, where other than if you call up Campbell to check if the PAL key has changed shape, which to me is a fairly unintuitive way to figure out whether or not it's changed shape, because you think Snake might actually know that, being in the room and whatnot. But I think there's a cool space there to let people use what they know and what they've been taught about the game to solve problems in that way. But I think this game has been so inconsistent and so dishonest with the player that it's I can't trust it. So there we are. A ruined opportunity, a missed opportunity, you decide. I do like that for this section of the game they make you climb over top of the Metal Gear so many times, though. It's silly. Circle for ladder, right? There we go. That guard's probably back, right? How many times do I have to kill him? What was that noise? We can manage that. It's an unlucky place to get posted in Shadow Moses. Up there alone by yourself. In front of the objective of the game. Kind of makes you think. But I mean, using the logic vis-a-vis the PAL key, you're gonna have to take it out of your pocket at some point anyways. It seems like such a dopey video game thing. Oh, I guess you could check the... Yeah, you could look at the card in your inventory. I guess there's more feedback available for you than I had originally anticipated. You know, I guess it's fair for me to want some sort of confirmation, but if they're not giving it to me in the way that I anticipated, that isn't necessarily the game's fault.
Okay, there goes PAL code number 2. Next comes PAL number 3. Warm the key.
Probably have to go back to that foundry. Oh. Being gassed. How many chaff grenades can I throw into this computer room? Is the game just gonna like force me to die? Am I just being silly by waiting this out? I think so. I love that things like the PAL key and the door code locky stuff, like the level 7 pass that I've got, occupy the same inventory slot as like gas masks. They killed him so bad he fell into a wall. Yep, Snake's dead. Snake's dead. Yet again. Oh wow, it's really not going to set me back very far at all. Okay. Just wanted me to run an errand. Is that guy gonna be back? The loading screen certainly is. Huh? What was that? I'm working on my audition for the next Metal Gear game. What was that noise? I'm the stupidest person ever. Look at him shuffle. That's some top-notch guarding. Guy is a genius. Do the snake shuffle. Well, I guess I didn't have to kill him all those other times, but I don't know, he wasn't a dude. He wasn't a person. He was a gameplay element. He didn't have a story. He wasn't about anything. He looked exactly like all the other mooks. And for every mook I send to hell, the Foxhound would send another one right back at me. So I guess I'm going to have to sit through that elevator ride again. Yeah, because like I get why they made the elevator ride a thing before. It's like you're going deep into the earth, and this is really a super secret bunker. You're not gonna be able to blow the stuff up with like, traditional weapons, and it allowed them to put a fight on the elevator, which is something. Certainly is something. But I don't know why I have to watch the elevator sequence again. It kind of makes me sad. The trapdoors I find hilarious. I don't understand why they're in this game. Oh, there's guys here now that I've done a thing. They're learning. War has changed. It now has 2 guards. Three guards. They took his equipment away. Yeah, I guess if you sent guards out, they wouldn't very well just leave it there. Yeah, I don't want to be the overly critical guy being like, man, the guards would have done this, the guards would have done that. Because I don't think that's necessarily like a very useful like level of conjecture for this game. I think inevitably you have to let the creators of the game make those choices, and just accept that that was the story they're telling. But I think one of the problems that I'm encountering with stop calling me.
Snake, we're not paying you to be a scarecrow, you know.
It's hilarious. It's cute. I thought these were ravens. Maybe he was a raven and these are crows. Anyhow, some manner of black corvid. Why would he care?
Snake.
Whatever.
It's about Naomi Hunter.
Then you should talk to the Colonel. He's looking into it.
Turn your monitor off.
Okay, it's off. No one else can hear us. Go ahead.
Sorry, but I didn't want the Colonel to hear.
Okay, so what's up?
I've got a good friend in the Pentagon.
Yeah?
He's the one who told me about it. It looks like the DIA recently developed a new type of assassination weapon.
An assassination weapon?
Snake, have you ever heard of something called Fox Dye?
No. Fox dye. Liquid and the others were talking about it.
Yeah. It's some kind of virus that targets specific people. I don't know all the details, but...
What are you trying to say?
it's too similar.
What is?
The cause of death. Didn't the Arms Tech president and the DARPA chief, Decoy Octopus, die of something that looked like a heart attack?
Yeah.
Well, apparently Fox Dye kills its victims by simulating a heart attack.
No.
Oh no.
You're telling me that Naomi was behind it?
Snake, try to remember. Did Naomi give you some kind of injection?
The nanomachines.
She was in the best position to have done it, but I don't know what her motive was.
Does the Colonel know?
I'm not sure. But he still hasn't questioned her.
Okay, I'll ask him myself. Colonel, what's new with the Naomi situation?
I just placed Naomi under arrest.
Arrest?
She was sending coded messages towards the Alaskan base. I didn't want to believe it, but she must be working with the terrorists.
Are you sure?
I'm afraid so. She's being interrogated now.
What kind of interrogation?
Well, I'd like to avoid the rough stuff, but we don't even have any sodium pentothal here.
Call me if you find out anything.
So it's true, isn't it?
Naomi, I can't believe it.
That means the Fox Dye vaccine must be around somewhere.
Listen, I've got bigger things to worry about.
But Snake, You might be infected too, you know.
All I can do is leave it up to the Colonel.
The stakes are raised. So Snake might at some point suffer sudden plot death. It's interesting. Let's see if it is used compellingly. There's that camera here, right? Right, the claymores. But it doesn't matter, because I'm pretty claymore proof. They should strap this guy to the outside of tanks to protect them from like roadside bombs. Snake is about as invincible as they get. Some good background noise textures. It's good sounding stuff. Some nice like industrial thumpities. There's a lot of good stuff in this game, audio wise. Car. Just bullets. You think you'd put the camera where you can see the console, but again, we're playing that dangerous game. I think you only end up playing the game when you've begun losing faith in the game systems or the presentation of the narrative, or if you just have that disposition of a kind of a whiny person. Hopefully, it's the former, not the latter. You know, as I've said before through this Let's Play, I really want this game to be as fun as it possibly can be. I don't want to have to play games that I hate playing. It brings me no joy to hate video games. I know that there's people out there who are like that, and they want to talk about how much everything sucks in order to feel superior. But I honestly want this game to be great, and I honestly want to understand what it is that people who think this game is great see in it. I would much rather play a great game than a bad game. So we got some signs. This is the foundry though. 217 rounds. So I should just be able to take this thing out. Or maybe I take it into the steam room. Maybe I can call it the Colonel, because it's not blue anymore, but I don't know if that's like hot. I forget what the hot one was like. I thought it was red.
It's dangerous. Use your first-person view mode to see where the steam is coming out, and then avoid it.
Yeah, I like a sauna now and then, but this is too much.
Hopefully if I get to the other side of this, where there's I think I can get closer to the foundering. Well, if I'm taking burning damage from the steam, I think it might warm up the key again. But you never know. Out go the lights. You'd think for the heat, you'd just be able to like set a grenade off near Snake. And I think that's one of those things like video games doesn't necessarily don't do a very good job of displaying is the extreme heat that an explosion like the one created by a hand grenade creates. So apparently just wandering around this foundry isn't enough to heat up my card.
Watch out for the steam. It's dangerous.
Still. Okay, I'm gonna save just because it's a good habit. And maybe I can figure this Steam situation out. Steam my key.
Nick, come what come may.
Alright. Well put, Mailing. So the last one worked with me just being in the room. So my presumption is that that's how this PAL key is going to work as well. Okay, it's red now. I don't know why. Never ask, right? Campbell.
Watch out for them.
Okay. Doesn't have anything to say. He's become a very video game character again. Now that I have Steam, maybe he'll answer me.
That's the last one.
So I'm glad to hear. No, don't. Why the auto dial? I've got him on speed dial. No. No. I've got Major Campbell on speed dial. Which you'll recognize if you're a kid from the 80s. And now I get the pleasure of going down this elevator again. My feelings about that. Come on. And down we go. Well, I remember this sequence well. Well, at least I don't know that this was interesting. It's a cool idea. I don't know that I had fun doing it. It was nice finally for the game to meet my expectations, though, right? Like, so with any feedback system, what's got to happen is the game gives the player information upon which the player makes a decision, and then moving forward from that, the game will give feedback based upon that decision. And if your choices never result in the game systems meeting your expectation, you end up in a position where it's impossible. Right, the mines. Where it's impossible to even play the game properly. Because the game says, put in this box the sum of 2 and 2, and you put in 4, and then the game just doesn't allow you to proceed. It says, incorrect. Then you can't really interact with the game in a meaningful way, or ever interact with it in a way where you have confidence that your inputs will meet the needs of the device. Because a game, after all, is simply a set of rules and constraints on your behavior that you have to answer.
Snake, can you hear me? It's
Oh,
Naomi.
it's her.
Naomi, what the hell?
Campbell and the others are busy right now. I'm on a different codec.
Naomi, is what the Colonel says true?
Yes, but not everything I said was a lie.
Who are you?
I don't know myself. I don't know my real name or even what my parents looked
Music
like.
cue.
I bought all my identification. But my reason for getting into genetics was true.
Because you want to know yourself, right?
That's right. I want to know where I came from, my age, my race, anything.
Naomi.
Slalom.
I was found in Rhodesia sometime in the 80s. A dirty little orphan.
Rhodesia? What's now known as Zimbabwe?
Yes. Rhodesia was owned by
Geography
England
lesson.
until 1965, and there were lots of Indian laborers around. That's probably where I got my skin color from, but I'm not even sure about that.
Naomi, you're too worried about the past. Isn't it enough to understand who you are now?
Understand who I am now? Why should I? No one else tries to understand me. I was alone for so long, until I met my big brother. And him. Yes. Frank Yeager.
What?
He was a young soldier when he picked me up near the Zambezi River. I was half dead from starvation, and he shared his rations with me. Yes. Frank Yeager. The man who you destroyed was my brother and my only family.
No. Gray Fox?
We survived that hell together, Frank and I. He protected me. He's my one connection. The only connection I have to my past.
And he brought you back to America.
No. I was in Mozambique when he came.
Who is he? You mean Big Boss?
Yes. He brought us to this land of freedom, this America. And then he and my brother went back to Africa to continue the war. And that's when it happened. You killed my benefactor and sent my brother home a cripple. I vowed revenge and joined Foxhound. I knew it was my best chance to meet you, and I prayed for the day that I would.
So, were your prayers answered?
Yes. I waited 2 long years.
To kill me? Is that all you cared about?
Yes. That's right. 2 years. You were all I thought about for 2 long years. Like some kind of twisted obsession.
Do you still hate me?
Not exactly. I was partly wrong about you.
What about Liquid and the others?
I'll have my revenge on them too.
Naomi, you didn't kill that doctor too, did you? The one that used Gray Fox for his genome experiments?
Dr. Clark? No. That was my brother. Afterwards, I covered it up and helped him hide out.
Man,
So that ninja,
what a tidy little community this is.
he's come here to kill me?
I don't think so. I think he just came here to fight you. I wasn't sure before, but now I think I understand. A final battle with you. That's all he lives for. I'm sure of it.
Fox? No. Naomi, tell me something.
Mr. McLeod,
About
please.
Fox dye is a type
Kills
of
foxes.
retrovirus that targets and kills only specific people. First, it infects the macrophages in the victim's body. Fox dye contains smart enzymes created through protein engineering. They're programmed to respond to specific genetic patterns in the cells.
Those enzymes recognize the target's DNA?
Right. They respond by becoming active and using the macrophages. They begin creating TNF-epsilon.
Huh?
It's a type of cytokine, a peptide which causes cells to die. The TNF-epsilon is carried along the bloodstream to the heart, where they attach
It
to
kills
the
you.
receptors in the heart.
It's a thing that kills you. You will die.
A heart attack?
The heart cells suffer a shock and undergo an extreme apoptosis. Then, the victim dies.
Not apoptosis.
You mean the heart cells?
Apoptosis.
Naomi,
What?
you must have programmed that thing to kill me too, right? Do I still have time?
Yeah.
Naomi, I don't blame you for wanting me dead, but I can't go yet. I still have a job to do.
Listen, Snake.
What an elevator ride. This one's longer than before.
Huh? You weren't.
No. You were injected with Fox dye as a part of this operation. I just wanted to let you know that. No, that's not the whole truth.
Another plot twist
Will you
within the
think I
plot
tell
twist.
you? Snake,
Hey, what are you doing?
Snake.
Naomi!
Snake, I can't allow Naomi to make any more unauthorized transmissions.
What?
Naomi's been removed from this operation.
What happened to Naomi? What did she mean when she said that Fox Die was a part of this operation? Colonel, let me talk to her.
I won't. She's
Quintuple
under
cross.
arrest.
Colonel, you double-crossed me.
Snake, there's no time for that. Right now, your job is to stop Metal Gear. Okay, Snake?
Hardly have a choice. So maybe if I take too long in this room, the key will revert back. It'd be an interesting mechanic, and it would be the sort of thing that they do in this game. But I hope it's not what happens, because that would really frustrate me. But we'll see. Hopefully we won't have to learn, because I can just get through here in a straight shot. Alright, let's go forward. I think my guy on the right is going to turn to the left. Oh no, just give me a straight shot. That's nice. I appreciate that. And now there's some trap doors by this ration. And then there's 1,000 cameras that I accidentally almost set off. Take some diazepam just for fun. Sparkle fairy grenade. Got the diazepam out again for some reason. There it is. It's a good camera move in that hallway. It's the Metal Gear. Oh, spinning crate, why not? Could always use more chaff grenades. God knows I'm gonna use them. What was that noise? I'm gonna have to deal with that guard again. Guess I'm getting better at it, so it gets easier every time. Can I see him from here? The front of Metal Gear in the way, yeah. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I don't blame him. There's the guard. I guess you can't fire the sniper rifle without lying down. I don't see him. Now I do. What was that noise? Did I get the part? Ah, there he is. Just let him shoot me in the face a few times. Doesn't seem to affect anything in this game. That's fine. Fourth time I've been here. That's fine, no. Because at least it's progress. Destroy some more electronics. Get out that PAL key. Still hot. I like it. But there's a fourth secret one.
No, why?
They tricketed me. It was the quintuple super secret mission double cross.
Thank you, Snake. Now the detonation code is completed. Nothing can stop Metal Gear now.
Master, what's going on?
You found the key, and even activated the warhead for us too. I really must express my gratitude. Sorry to have involved you in that silly shape memory alloy business.
What are you talking about?
It was pretty silly.
We weren't able to learn the DARPA chief's code. Even with Mantis' psychic powers, he couldn't read his mind. Then Ocelot accidentally killed him during the interrogation. In other words,
It was
we weren't
all a
able to
dream, though.
and we were all getting a little worried. Without the threat of a nuclear strike, our demands would never be met.
What do you mean?
Without
I kind of love how horrible this plot is. Just like
that's when we
how
decided
over underwritten it is.
prove useful, Snake.
What?
First, I thought we might get the information from you, Snake, so I had Decoy Octopus disguise himself. as
Explain the
DARPA
plot
chief.
to you. We were all there for this, so
Octopus didn't
we don't need to
survive
recap.
the encounter, thanks to
The next plot twist is that the
You mean you had this plan from the beginning?
missile's going to be filled
Get
with
me
candy,
with the
like
detonation
an evil
code.
pinata.
You didn't think you made it this far by yourself, did you?
Who the hell are you?
In any case, the launch preparations are complete. Once the world glimpses the power of this weapon, the White House will have no choice but to surrender the Fox dye vaccine to me. Their ace in the hole is useless now.
Ace in the hole?
The Pentagon's plan to use
It's
you
a
is already
it's a
successful.
card playing reference, like from poker. Like the hole is the cards that you get dealt to you at the beginning, Snake. It's like in like
Who are
Texas
you
Hold'em.
I'll
anyway?
tell you everything you want to know if you come where I
Oh,
am,
good.
that is.
Where are you?
Very close by.
Snake, that's not Master Miller.
Campbell, you're too late.
Master Miller's
Why
body was
didn't
just
you?
discovered at his home. He's been dead for at least
Oh,
3
no.
days. I didn't know because
Oh,
my
no.
contact link with Master was cut off. But Mei Ling said his
What?
transmission
That's
signal was coming
suspicious.
from inside the base.
So,
Ah!
Snake,
The phone call was coming from inside the house. This is like a ghost story like level.
Liquid. How the...
you've served your purpose. You may die now.
We gotta fight the guy I fought for. I recognize this. Alright. Hey. You used to call me on my codec. Hey buddy. Help me.
That's bulletproof glass. You can't break it with an ordinary weapon.
Can't you open the security
Luckily I have
lock here?
explosives.
I'll try. Just hold on for a minute.
Ladesha. Let's do this.
All you can do is wait for Dr. Emmerich to open the door. Stay alive, Snake.
Snake, ooh. Wonder what Mei Ling thinks about the situation.
Snake?
Speaking.
Do it for me, Snake.
Okay, will do.
Snake, Emmerich will be able to open the door.
Alright, let's do this door. I'm gonna get Snake to do some burpees to preserve his oxygen. Man, phone call.
I hacked into security. Snake, I'm opening the door.
You're a real American hero. That gas dissipated like really quick. Okay. Oh no, it was Meryl. Well, tune in next time to the 2-Bit Game Club's Let's Plays of Metal Gear Solid to figure out what Meryl is up to these days and how she managed to escape for the 40th time. What plot twists await? We'll just have to wait to find out. I'm sure it'll turn out that it was a dream, or this all took place in a snow globe, or it was just a child's imagination. But we'll have to wait in order to learn that. So, from a very gas-masked Solid Snake, I'm Liam Gallagher for the 2-Bit Game Club. You can find us on the web at 2bitgameclub.com, at 2Bit Game Club on Twitter and whatnot. This is all with a number 2. Join us next time for no doubt what will be the thrilling conclusion of Metal Gear Solid.